Yeah, so this was an absolute tragedy. This happened, boy, several years ago in Branson, Missouri, which Branson is a kind of a resort town for people that don't know it. It's a holiday, it's a vacation place, has lots of shows, has a beautiful lake called Table Rock Lake. You know, like any resort place, they've got a lot of attractions, and one of them is to take a duck boat ride. These duck boats, are amphibious vehicles. They can go on land or they can go into the water. And so typically people would rent these that go around Branson a little bit, and then they go into Table Rock Lake and they get a boat ride on the duck boat as well. And these were basically, the design of these things hadn't changed since, I think, shortly after World War II. They were used in World War II. The Marines, Navy, Army used them. A lot of them were used at the landing in Normandy on D-Day. So, interesting bit of history. But the design hadn't changed much. And it wasn't so much about the design in this case. My clients were grandparents. Their kids had bought them for I think it was their 60th wedding anniversary, maybe. Had bought them tickets to a hotel and a show in Branson. The dad was a big country music star or country music fan, loved country guitar music. And so this was a big deal for them. And they lived in a small town in rural Missouri. So they decided before they'd go to the show, they'd take a duck boat ride. The only problem was there was bad weather coming in at that time. It showed up on the duck boat operator's radar. He was aware of it, and he tried to beat the bad weather. And what happened was, when they were out in the lake, there's a little island in the middle of the lake, and they kind of circle it and then come back to dry land. Right as they got in the lake and as they were out there, the bad weather hit. And what happened when the bad weather hit was the wind would whip up and it'd be very, very choppy. And because the duck boat sat so low in the water came over the sides, sunk the duck boat. Because of the way they're designed, they're very, very difficult to get out the windows because the windows are very small, slat-type windows. So the inevitable happened. I think there was a couple of people who were able to get out. My clients were elderly. They found them. The divers found my clients holding hands at the bottom of Table Rock Lake. So there were numerous people killed. I forget the exact number, but it was substantial. I think the duck boats hold like 30 people. I think 17 or something ended up dead in this case. Absolute tragedy. Didn't have to happen. What we were able to do was obviously it's not going to bring, Granny and Granda back, but we were able to ensure that the duck boat design was changed, that there were more regulations regarding when you go into the water and when you don't go into the water, and also compensated the family as well. So, very sad case, but